Students, this video is for chapter 30 Soil Conservation, part 2. In this video, we will learn about soil erosion, agents of soil erosion, and conservation of soil. So, let us learn first about what is soil erosion. Soil is the natural medium of growth of plants. Most soil contain four basic components: water, air, mineral particles, and organic matter. But the fertility of soil has decreased significantly. This is mainly because of soil erosion. Come, let us learn about it. The natural removal of the soil by the action of water or wind is called soil erosion. Soil erosion takes place when loosened soil is carried away to further places through the action of wind and water. It happens especially in places where there is no vegetation. Look at the images. The disappearances of topmost surface and large ditches in the ground. Other is the signs of soil erosion. Children, let us come to know the factors which causes soil erosion. The most common factor are the water and winds movement. Water flowing to the ground carries away soil with it. During rain, the soil particles are detached by raindrops. These soil particles are carried away by running water. Floods are also the main cause behind the soil erosion. The other agent responsible for soil erosion is the wind. Wind picks up the final soil particles and takes it to the other location. During storms, the heavy wind takes the biggest soil particles to adjacent place and that causes soil erosion. Though soil erosion is in itself a naturally occurring process, but in many cases increased by the human activities. Man is also responsible for soil erosion because of activities such as deforestation and overgrazing. Now, let us learn about deforestation. Man has often cleared forests to make land available for farmlands, houses, and residential areas, townships, roads, and so on. This large scale clearing of forests is called deforestation. The roots of plants hold and bind the topsoil together. When a tree is cleared off, its roots dry up and the topsoil is loosened. This loose soil gets blown or washed away by wind and water, leading the soil erosion. Now, other cause of soil erosion is overgrazing. When farmers allow their cattle to graze for prolonged period on a patch of land, the soil becomes loose. When animals like cattle, sheep, and goats are made to graze on the same area of land again and again, they eat up most of the green grass and other plants, and the land becomes bare. As a result, the topsoil becomes loose. It can be easily carried away by strong winds or running water. Overgrazing is the one of the major causes of soil erosion. Soil is very important natural resource, so we should prevent soil erosion. Now, prevention of soil erosion is called conservation of the soil. This is done by afforestation, growing plants, avoid overgrazing, construction of embankment, step farming, etc. Let us learn about it one by one. Soil takes millions of years to form and must therefore be protected and conserved. Conservation of soil means protecting it against Erosion. This is done by afforestation. Afforestation or planting trees greatly helps in preventing soil erosion. When a tree is planted, its roots hold the topsoil firmly. We must plant more trees to provide better vegetation cover to the exposed soil. Now, terrace farming. In many hilly regions, farming is done on the hilly slopes. Runoff water erodes the soil on the slopes, making it unfit for farming. To reduce such erosion, the hill is cut into many small, flat parts called terraces. At the outer edge of every terrace, a low mud or stone wall is built. This is called a bund. The terrace reduces the force of flowing water. The bunds collect the eroded soil. Now building bunds. Now many a time river water enters the nearby land and field causing soil erosion. Bunds are low mud or stone boundaries built along the streams and small rivers that are close to the field. These bunds do not let the water enter the fields and thus prevent soil erosion. Now shelter belts. Strong winds and rapidly flowing water cause great loss of fertile soil due to erosion. To prevent this, trees and shrubs planted along the edges of the fields. Shelter belts. These are called shelter belts and help in preventing soil erosion. Now soil conservation to growing cover crops. Sometimes just after a crop is harvested and before the next one is sown, the soil remains bare. At such times, there is a possibility of soil erosion by wind and water. A cover crop is a crop planted to prevent soil erosion and maintain its fertility. Grass is generally grown as a cover crop so that the soil is held together until the next crop is grown.